Hey, good Thursday morning, April 17th, 2025. Tip O'Neill, have you heard of him? I read about him in baseball books. I never really looked at his career. Only played 10 years. He's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But I'm curious about the guy, and I'll tell you why. He played from 1883 to 1892. Okay, that's old school baseball. Just the National League, no American League, right? American League didn't get going until 1901. But by looking at this guy's stats, 326 career batting average stands out for me. But there was another thing that really blew away my mind. Did you know that he holds the record for winning the most offensive categories in one season? He won 10 offensive categories in the 1887 season. He had the most runs scored, the most hits, the most doubles, the most triples, the most homers, the most RBIs. He had the highest batting average that year, the highest on base percentage, the highest slugging percentage, and he had the most total bases. He won 10 offensive categories in 1887. So that's a record that will not be broken. Do you think today's ball players, you think anybody's going to win 10 offensive categories? No way. I looked up Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb, see if they won 10. They didn't do it. Cobb had 9 one year, and so did Babe Ruth. How about Tip O'Neill setting a record, winning 10 offensive categories in 1887? So I'm looking at his career, starting in 1883. This video is the 1889 season. How did he do? I've covered all the seasons before this. 1889, 134 games, 534 at bats. That's legitimate. Got to get over 500 at bats to see what your production is. 123 runs scored. That's 3 times over 100. Gets 179 hits. Okay. 33 doubles, 8 triples, 9 homers, 110 RBIs. That's 3 times over 100 RBIs. He bats .335 for the second year in a row. And he's got 5 seasons in a row over 300. One of those seasons, he batted .435. And that's legitimate. You may say, did the walks count as hits? Not in the 1887 season, because he got 50 walks. So it's legitimate. He had 225 hits, 1887. Batted .435. 1888, he bats .335, 100 points less. But still, 335 is pretty good. 1889, he goes back-to-back, 335. 390 on base. Let's see. 1889. 419 on base. 478 slugging. He goes 255 total bases. So Tip O'Neill, if you dive into his stats, you have to be impressed with the guy. It's too bad he only played 10 years. If he had played 20 years, what would his numbers have been? Of course, it's old school era, but still, you're facing a pitcher and you're the batter, and you got 8 guys on the defense, 9 guys on the defense, right? Catcher, first, second, short, third, left, center, right, and the pitcher. They're all defensive players, right? So that's 9 players. If you're the batter, you got to get a hit. And he did. During his playing times, he got 1,385 hits. And you know, I didn't realize this. He played 10 years. So it's 1,052 games. But his first 3 years, He just played about 160 games. So it's like one full season, right? He got the majority of his hits in a 7-year period. I'd say about 1,100 hits in 7 years. Double that. Let's say he plays 14 years. 7 times 2, 14. 1,100 hits, double that. That's 2,200 hits in 14 years. And if he had played 21 years, 3,300 career hits, he was on that pace. But back then in the National League, things were a little odd with the leagues going on. But this Tip O'Neill, unique guy in baseball history, as far as I'm concerned, as far as being a good hitter. I like to find out who was really a good hitter, saw the ball, and made contact with the ball. He only struck out 194 times, and he had 4,248 at-bats. Good ratio there. All right, 1889. We're done with that season. I've got 3 more to go with Tip O'Neill. 1890 season next. I'm out.